Welcome to the first episode of Common Ground. I'm Troy Noller, and I'm the Director of Housing at the University of North Dakota. This will be a space where I hope to bring you regular updates and share important stories of what is happening in UND housing. Of course, the first edition is dedicated to welcoming all of you to the 2020-2021 academic year. We recently completed a successful opening weekend where we moved thousands of students into our residence halls. We tried some new things this year by pre-scheduling move-in appointments and centralizing our key distribution at the Wellness Center. There were a lot of unknowns going into the weekend. At the end of it all, we found it to be a successful weekend, and we may have learned some new ways of doing things for the future. All of this could not have happened without all the hard work of our housing staff, our partners in parking and UND PD, our BSTs and our facilities staff, and of course student involvement and student ambassadors who take the lead on welcome weekend planning and coordination of all the student and staff volunteers that spend a part of their weekend with us. I'd like to give a special shout out to our Wellness Center partners who allowed us to take over their parking lot and were gracious hosts over the weekend. Here's a recap of some of the excitement from the weekend. I want to thank Mark Molesky for recording all the events of the day and sharing all this info for us on Instagram. Please look for us at UND Housing. Of course, there was a lot of work preparing for the opening weekend. I want to thank you all for the work and dedication you have shown to get our housing communities ready for students. In a normal year, it is an organizational feat to prepare for thousands of students to converge on a campus in the span of a weekend. Doing this in the midst of a pandemic pushed us to the limits, but I'm proud to say we were ready for the students to arrive. I want to recap a few of our accomplishments. We completely redid all of our fall assignment processes to allow for 1,850 students to have their own private rooms. We transitioned to spring semester last year with the majority of our students being at home and a majority of our staff working from home. We showed that we're excellent stewards of our financial resources by coming in under budget for our 2019-2020 academic year. In a year where we could have been a drain on university resources, we were able to successfully navigate our finances and cover all of our expenses. We had an extremely busy summer getting ready all of our facilities. We brought 5 residence halls back online. We converted over 30 apartments into residence hall assignments. We completed the refurbishment of more than 20 apartments that had been offline. We upgraded our Wi-Fi and internet in 5 different halls, and we completed EDA door access in nearly all of our residence halls. We had to move hundreds of pieces of furniture, and all of this was done on top of the normal work that all of our staff has to do to get our units ready for the fall semester. All of this was coordinated nearly completely online or virtually, which meant that our staff had to learn new ways of doing things and learn new programs such as Teams and Zoom. We also had to develop processes, and we had to assess all of our buildings to ensure that they were COVID ready for when our students returned. There was hundreds of signs and clings that were made, new trainings, and hours of preparing messages and marketing. I'm more than likely missing accomplishments we made, and if I am, please reach out to let me know. Everything we did was important. What I continue to be most proud of, however, is that through all this work, our focus continues to be on the student and their experiences on campus. We have reestablished our core purposes of student growth, community, and care, and it is shining through in all the work you are doing. Thank you. Welcome Weekend is the culmination of all our work, but it is only the beginning of our journey with this next group of residents and students. Our focus now shifts to their ongoing success. There is conversations in the background about when school might go completely remote or how long are we going to be on campus. We are also observing and hearing about groups of students congregating without masks who may not fully understand the consequences of their actions. The campus is committed, as we all should be, to keeping our students, staff, and faculty engaged on campus for the entire year. We are better together, and we know that our students will benefit greatly from an on-campus experience. This will only happen if we work together and follow the protocols that are designed to help us keep campus open. I'm really proud of how all of you have been setting the example of how we can engage on campus in a COVID-safe way. Now we need to engage our students in these same efforts. For some of our students, complying with our protocols will be easy. For others, it will be more of a challenge. I believe at my core that if we treat all of our students as adults, generally explain to them why our protocols are in place, and help them understand the consequences for the community if they choose not to care, the majority of our students are going to make the right decisions. This is truly a situation where the actions of an individual will make an impact.
One day, a man was walking along the beach when he noticed a boy picking up starfish and throwing them into the ocean. Approaching the boy, he asked, "Excuse me, but what are you doing?" The boy replied, "Throwing starfish back into the ocean. The sun is rising and the tide is going out. If I don't throw them back, they'll die." The man laughed to himself and said, "But there's too many starfish on this beach. You can't possibly make a difference." After listening politely, the boy bent down, picked up another starfish, and threw it into the ocean. Then turning to the man, he said, "I made a difference to that one."
As housing staff members, you are star throwers every day, whether you see the impact or not. We need to show our students that they are star throwers too. Each time they wear a face covering, they are protecting someone else. Each time they keep physically distant, they are helping keep classes on campus. By each of us doing our part, we're going to have a successful semester. Thanks for listening in. If you have an idea for a future episode, please email me as listed below. Come back again to hear future updates about where we share common ground.